Assalamualaikum and a very good day. My name is Suraya and I will be presenting about the benefit of just-in-time and the value-added activity and non-value-added activity under the chapter Modern Business Environment. The benefit of just-in-time includes a reduction in space and cost. Just-in-time helps to minimize warehouse need by keeping a minimum stock. There will be a reduction in space so the excess storage can be used for other purposes instead. There will be no additional cost for storage and warehouse, so money can be saved for rents and insurance as well. Next, long-term partnership established with supplier. It helps to create a strong relationship between a producer and a supplier, and it also shows a strong communication skills between them. It can be enhanced by long-term contracts. Maybe one day the supplier will introduce a special discount for their loyal customer. Lastly, it helps to reduce waste. It is efficient because it helps to save money from investing in unnecessary stock. The traditional method of managing inventory will end up with a lot of unsold units, which will become damaged or obsolete in storage. So the company will have to give discount to get rid of it, and it will reduce the profit and the value of the product. So now let's take a look about the value-added activity. Value-added activity is defined as work which adds value to a business process or product. However, it must satisfy these three important criteria. The first criteria, work that the customer is willing to pay for. Second criteria, work that physically transforms the product from a state of raw material to the end product in the least possible time at the minimum cost. The third criteria, work that is performed right the first time. Value-added activity aims to save time, save money, minimize effort, and produce the highest possible quality of a product. Now let's take a look about the non-value-added activity. Non-value-added activity is defined as work which consumes resources but does not add any value to the product or services. An example of non-value-added activity is waste. Waste does not have any real value and does not satisfy the three criteria that we learned from the value-added activity. A few examples of waste include defects, overproduction, and non-utilized talent. Why? Because defects requires modification and repairs, so it does not fulfill the criteria of getting it right the first time. Overproduction and non-utilized talent will lead to wastage of resources. However, there is a necessary non-value-added activity. It still does not add any value to the product but are necessary at the moment. A few examples include outdated work method or equipment and government regulation. I'm going to show you a few examples to help you understand better. The first example, repairs is done on faulty product, meaning there is modification towards it. It does not fulfill the criteria of getting it right the first time. Therefore, it is a non-value added activity. Next, a cup of coffee from a restaurant. As a customer, when you go to a restaurant to buy a cup of coffee, you're most definitely willing to pay money for it. So it fulfills the first criteria. The second criteria, it is converted from the basic ingredients, meaning from the coffee bean, which will go through processes and eventually becomes a cup of coffee. Third criteria, there is no modification towards it. Therefore, it is a value-added activity. Next, assembly processes use components of the highest quality and put together to form something new in the best condition. It is something a customer is willing to buy, or else why would you produce the product in the first place, right? Next, the transformation of product. There's a lot of components used and put together to form the best quality product. And there will be no repairs needed if it's the best quality. Therefore, it is the value-added activity. Next, when businesses modify a product unnecessarily, such as adding features which a client does not need or even notice the differences, it is unnecessary waste, and waste does not have any real value. Therefore, it is a non-value added activity. Last example, if production are more than needed, there are risks of deterioration and wastage, and waste does not have any value, so it is a non-value added activity. That's all from me. Thank you for watching.